If you're a Muslim and you've done even the slightest bit of research out there for all the different side hustles to make an extra bit of cash on the side, you know the struggles. With stocks and crypto, there will always be a question of legitimacy. With dropshipping, there's multiple key Islamic principles that are not found in the transaction. In e-commerce, you're competing with millions of other stores which are using un-Islamic values to market their products, and let's be honest, they will outperform yours. In a world with hundreds of side hustles and different schemes to make money online, we Muslims find ourselves in a very difficult position. Either we compromise our faith and start printing money with no barakah, or we continue struggling with our 9 to 5, which even itself may not be ideal for our faith. But what if I told you that's no longer the case? That there is a side hustle out there which you can start with $0, is 100% halal, and you can look to make your first $1,000 within 30 days. You can do this with just your laptop and your phone, and it is the perfect way to adding some extra cash alongside with your 9 to 5, and who knows, maybe even a way to get out of your 9 to 5 completely. This is the first video in a 5-part video series which will be packed with information on how you can start your own halal digital marketing agency from scratch and scale it to $10,000 per month. If this is your first time on this channel, Assalamu alaikum and welcome. My name is Zahib, and for the last 7 years I've been running my own halal digital marketing agency, which alhamdulillah with the grace of Allah has scaled to multiple 6 figures in revenue. And it's truly given me the peace of mind and freedom to do those things which actually matter. Because let's be honest, we all know this world is temporary and there are many more things to worry about than when my next paycheck will come. But believe me when I say this, it wasn't always like this. Right out of high school, I spent 6 years in Islamic Institute studying the religion to become an Islamic scholar. And it had been my dream to become an Islamic scholar to spread this beautiful message of Islam. Coming back home after my studies, I was a very young and enthusiastic imam looking forward to serving my community, and I absolutely loved it. The feeling of knowing that Allah had given me the opportunity to spread my knowledge was very fulfilling. But then came a very unpleasant realization which I couldn't ignore, and it kept eating me away. I felt guilty in a way, but reality is it was the hard truth. And that thought was money. Being an imam is a job, and one can even argue one of the hardest jobs out there. But we don't do it for the money, nor do we expect to be paid a lot for it. Now, I did want to earn, but I wasn't going to use my religious knowledge for that. Nor was I going to spend another 4 years in university only to work another 9 to 5. That would clearly be a waste of my time and effort I put into learning all that I did. So I did what anyone else would do. I opened up my laptop and started searching away for all the different side hustles. And not any side hustle. I needed one which would not take me away from my religious work, one which had very upfront costs, because let's be honest, I was broke. And most important of all, of course, that it was halal. And I'm so grateful to Allah that I found this business model because it has really changed my entire life. And this side hustle is called running a digital marketing agency. And I'm not talking about selling $49 PDFs online. I don't know why some content creators call that digital marketing. A simple Google search will show you that. I'm talking about providing businesses a certain set of services which they will pay you thousands of dollars month after month. These services can range from building websites, running social media accounts, running PPC, running SEO campaigns, and the list goes on. And the goal of all of these services is very simple: to grow the business's revenue, appointments, leads, customers, or whatever they use to manage their growth and make more money. And the value this brings to the business is exactly why I charge upwards to $5,000 for a website and $2,000 per month on marketing services alone. No longer will you be faced on having to survive on just one income alone, along with getting involved in a side hustle which is questionable or borderline even haram. This is a side hustle which you can start literally right now. You don't have to buy any expensive crazy courses. You don't need a high performing laptop. You can start today, because I'm going to show you the exact blueprint I use to scale my marketing agency to 6 figures. It's called the Muslim Marketing Mastery Model, or the 3M model for short. The 3M model covers everything that you as a Muslim marketing agency owner will go through on your journey to making a successful agency. And by the end of it, you'll have all the tools you need to not only bring in high paying clients, but also be working with clients who value your services, and because of that, they pay you more for it as well. I've spoken to many ambitious Muslim entrepreneurs who told me they started their marketing agency, and in a matter of months they had to put a stop to it only to hop on the next side hustle they saw on Instagram. constantly reaching out to businesses through cold emails and cold phone calls only to be ghosted, desperately worried about where and when my next client will come. It took me years to figure out the secret of what a successful digital marketing agency looked like, and to also achieve it in a manner which is halal and not doing anything to compromise my faith and beliefs. And when I figured it out, I immediately saw the difference. I was able to 10x my revenue, bring in high paying clients who really value the services I provided for them, and I was even able to provide my services to well-known Islamic organizations across North America. And knowing that I was able to provide my services to organizations whose whole mission is to spread Islam was very fulfilling, and inshallah I hope I get a reward from that as well. And it's all because of the 3M model, which I'm about to share with you. And by the end of it, you'll be looking at your marketing agency with a whole different lens. And I'll be expanding on this more in my next video, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned. You see, every successful marketing agency has 3 things which they do right. And these 3 things alone are not only responsible for how much money you make, but also how long you stay in this competitive world. You lock in on these 3 things, forget everything else, and watch your marketing agency skyrocket. The first phase of the 3M model is called agency foundations. This phase needs to be the most well-structured and solidified phase of your entire journey. Everything else will build on top of this, and if the foundations and the structure of this phase are weak, then no matter how much you do on top of that, it will all start crumbling down. As Muslims, everything we do starts with our intention, and before you even start thinking about your clients or your profits, I need you to ask these questions. Why am I starting this agency? And how will I do it in a manner which will please Allah? Wanting to make money isn't sufficient for us as a Muslim. We know money, wealth, this dunya, it's all secondary to us. There needs to be a good reason why you want to make money. For myself, it was to give me the resources and freedom to continue teaching Islam to others. If I didn't have the agency, I wouldn't be able to focus in giving da'wah that I was, alongside with having to provide for myself and my family. And best of all, I'm not able to do all of the work that I do on the religious side without having to charge anything and being paid for it. Really dig deep into your life as it is right now and how you envision it in the future. Maybe you want the extra income alongside with your 9 to 5 so you can spend more on yourself and your family. Maybe you can spend more in charity. Maybe you know of a certain individual or families out there which you can sponsor because you have this extra wealth. You may want to leave your 9 to 5 altogether if you see it coming in the way of you practicing your faith. Couple the desire of making money with a more noble intention and the blessings will follow. You also want to lay out the ground rules and be very confident on how you want to operate, because you know very well, money made from haram means isn't worth it. Either it's not going to last us in this life or it's going to harm us in the hereafter. Write down for yourself some non-negotiables. Which businesses will you not work with? And of course, you can add all the haram related businesses in this list. What type of content will you stay away from when you offer your services? And if you do end up in a dilemma where your client wants one thing and you want another, how will you sort that out? Having these points written down in the back of your head really solidifies yourself in a situation where you're put on the spot and prevents you from being shaky. That it won't matter how much a liquor store is willing to pay you for marketing services, you're not going to work with them. And always remember, your success is limited to how much Allah gives it to you. Please Allah in every step of your agency and He'll guide you along the way in ways you could never imagine. Another very important aspect of agency foundation is choosing a profitable niche. Now this part may seem tricky, but take it step by step and you'll be fine. A niche is just a specific type of business or industries you want to work with, and choosing the right niche helps you focus and stand out. Your niche doesn't have to be something Islamic related. If you want to work with halal restaurants or Islamic schools, and this is something you're passionate about, Bismillah, go for it. Imagine a doctor. Would you trust a doctor who says, I do everything, from eye exams to dental care to vision? Would you take your sick child to him and her for treatment? Probably not, because it sounds like they're not an expert in one thing. But if a doctor says, I'm a pediatrician, I specialize with children, then you'll be much more confident in taking your sick child there. The same applies for your marketing agency. When you try to serve everyone, you spread yourself way too thin, and these clients may not see you as an expert. But if you focus on a specific type of business or specific type of people, they'll see you as someone who understands their needs. And this in itself puts you in a position to charge premium for your services. I'll be making a separate video on how you can choose a profitable niche for your halal marketing agency, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for that one. And remember, it's okay to start small. You don't need to start working with every business out there. Focus on one industry or a type of business and you'll grow from there. The last part of agency foundations is your website, your socials, and overall your branding. Now this one is very obvious but rarely talked about. You can't expect a business to pay you thousands of dollars to build their website when your own website looks like it was done by a 12-year-old for their computer science project. A well-designed website, active social media pages, these are essential for a successful marketing agency. Your website acts as a home base for your business, showcasing your professionalism, your services, your portfolio, and so on. It builds trust with your clients by showcasing what you have to offer and pushes them to contact you. And your website needs to have some key features such as a clean design, very clear messaging, good description of your services, of course your portfolio, and overall great search engine optimization to make sure you are being found on search results. On the other hand, social media is where you stay connected with your potential clients. Regular posting, sharing insights, which ways that can help their business are just a few ways to make sure you're engaging with them. You can't expect a business to pay you to manage their social media when yours isn't active either. By combining your website and social media presence, you make a seamless journey for your potential clients to come to you. Social media draws them in, while your website showcases all of your expertise and paves the way of them reaching out to you. Together, these tools establish credibility, nurture relationships, and eventually pave the way of these leads turning into high-paying clients. They truly lay out a strong foundation for an agency's success. If you want your marketing agency to succeed, you need to deliver amazing results so your clients keep coming back for more. This is why the second phase of the 3M model is called skills mastery. When you deliver high quality results, your clients will be happy, they'll come back for more, they'll even refer you to their friends and other colleagues involved in the business realm, and eventually they will help your agency grow. Think of it like food at a restaurant. If it's good, people will definitely talk about it and tell their friends about it and come back for seconds. If you choose to offer web design and development as a service, make sure you understand what makes a good design and how you can make sure it's high converting and very eye-catching. You don't need to know an ounce of code to make these amazing websites. Believe me, I don't know an ounce of code and I build websites which are high converting and generate a huge amounts of leads and business for my clients. There are tons of no-code website builders out there. The one only I use is called Webflow, and you can build some amazing website with that. And I'll leave a link to that in the description below if you want to check it out. Social media platforms such as Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn are where businesses engage with their customers. SEO helps businesses rank higher on Google and outperform their competition. Now maybe all these skills are too complicated and going right over your head. Start offering just one service, and as you find yourself becoming more comfortable and a master on it, then learn the second one and add that as a service too. You can always upsell your past clients with your new services because you've already built that trust the first time. You can improve your skills by watching videos and courses on YouTube or on Udemy. You can practice on sample projects, or if your friend has a business they're working on, do a website or run a social media marketing campaign for them for free. When you become an expert in your services, this is what allows you to charge more for your services and grow the reputation of your agency. Mastering your services essentially guarantees your long-term success because these services will always be in demand, and the better you get, the more clients you get. It's the sure way that people come to you rather than your competitors. They'll recommend you to their friends and colleagues, and naturally your business will grow. Skills mastery is basically about becoming excellent at what you do. Take action, keep improving, and inshallah, you'll see your efforts will be worth it. The last and final phase of the 3M model is called achieving ihsan. Ihsan means excellence and is derived from the prophetic hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said, "Inna Allah kataba al-ihsana ala kulli shay." Allah has prescribed excellence in everything. Meaning, as a Muslim, no matter what you're doing, worship or work, you want to be the best at it. And that's exactly where your marketing agency is at this phase. Now, this is a very exciting phase because your agency is no longer just a side hustle you do on the side to make a couple bucks. It is now a fully operating business. You've already laid out the foundation, you've mastered your skill, and now it's time to take things to the next level. By the time you reach this stage, your agency should already be making consistent revenue month after month. Maybe you're starting to see some regular clients, and your clients are continuing to refer you to others. And at this point in time, you've also become an authority in your niche. That around that industry, if someone is looking for marketing services, they're coming to you. And it's at this point where you're able to find high-paying clients and scale your agency. Finding high-paying clients isn't just about charging more. It's about working with those businesses who see the value you're giving. and they're willing to invest in a long-term business relationship. And to attract these types of clients, you need to position yourself as a professional and very result-driven. This means having a solid portfolio where your clients are talking about how much they got from you and how they took their business to the next level because of your services. It means being confident in your pricing. Don't undersell your services at any point. If your work delivers real value, you deserve to be paid what you're worth. Go above and beyond in offering insights and expertise on how they can improve their business. For instance, if you're only running a social media marketing campaign for a client and you notice their website could use an improvement, give that to them. These little touches make a big difference to show your clients that you actually care about them. And at this stage, you may even be feeling overwhelmed with all the work you have, and this is a good sign. And this is where scaling becomes important. Scaling means finding a way to grow your business without working 24/7. The best way to do this is either by hiring freelancers on places like Fiverr and Upwork, or building up a small team to do the work. Start by identifying which services you want to and can outsource. And hiring freelancers not only frees you up from the day-to-day things of your agency, but it actually helps you grow altogether. But it also allows you to focus on high-level tasks like finding new clients or improving your strategies. This is how you take your agency from a one-man show to an actual business that can take on more workload and clients. By this stage, you're also likely earning enough to actually go all in on your agency. And if you've been balancing a 9-to-5 corporate job with your agency on the side, it may be time to make the jump. And of course, this is a big decision, so you need to plan it carefully. Ask yourself, is my agency making consistent revenue every month? Do I have savings for a few months to cover those expenses when my business does go up and down? Am I confident in my ability to keep this business growing? And if the answer to these questions is yes, this may be the best time for you to take the step away from your corporate job and move entirely to your agency. Imagine the freedom of being your own boss, working when and who you want to work with, and most of all, building a business that aligns with your beliefs and faith. You will never have to worry about salah during work hours, having to rush for Jummah salah, having to ask to take time during Ramadan or Eid, and overall just freeing yourself from the limits of the 9-to-5. This phase is also a time for you to reflect on the journey you've been on. The fact that you just started off with an idea and be able to make a little bit of cash on the side and look at what it's become now. Alhamdulillah. What a huge achievement. But remember, there's always room for growth. To continue achieving excellence, focus on improving. Keep learning new strategies. Stay up to trends with your niche. And continue building relationships with your clients. The more value you bring to your clients, the more your agency will grow. And at this point, honestly, the sky is the limit. And there you have it. The ideal side hustle for any Muslim with a 9-to-5 where you can choose who you work with, when you work with, and how much workload you want to take on, where you never have to second guess yourself if my income is halal or is it questionable at all, which has a huge potential of replacing your 9-to-5 altogether. This is all easily achievable using the 3M model by building a solid agency foundation, attracting high clients, and scaling your business to $10,000 per month. And best of all, it's pure and aligns with your faith. In the next video, I'll be sharing with you the exact blueprint you can use to set up your very own halal marketing agency and set up for success. So make sure to subscribe and look out for that one.